Hello everyone and welcome back to DPP Revival. This is Golden Mason back with another double header. I hope you're all excited. We're going to be looking at 2 games by Fakes and then 2 games by Fakes Sucks at Mons. So the first set is Fakes versus Malekith. I don't think that either of them really need an introduction at this point. Just 2 incredibly strong players. We're in round 6. Let's see how they do. Hippowdon versus Jirachee, so we're already looking at some sort of stall from Fakes, and it's looking like maybe a stall as well from Malakith. We're going to see some spikes go up, and a Tentacruel hits the field. No Scald from Tentacruel this early in Pokemon. It came in Gen 5, but the Tentacruel is going to knock away the Skarmory's Shed Shell, and Rapid Spin, but gets blocked by Rotom. But it did get a Toxic Spike down. That's going to be pretty useful for the potential Hippowdon in the back for Malekith, or any sort of grounded Pokemon. Not that one. That one is going to get T-Waved. Going to be really good if it was the Calm Mindset, but it is not. Knocks off the Gliscor's leftovers, and Gliscor also has knockoff. It has Taunt as well. Drill Peck. The Gliscor is not going to gain any health back. This is not looking good for Fakes. This Tentacruel squad. There's a Roost on the Gliscor, meaning that it can kind of just take these attacks forever, but there's the Taunt ending, so... But yeah, there's the Latias. It looks like there might not be a grounded Pokemon for Malekith that's weak to Toxic Spikes. And if there is, it's the last Pokemon. Maybe a Tyranitar, maybe? I don't know. There might be something, but probably not. Gliscor is back in. Gonna try for another knockoff. Doesn't happen. And slowly the Gliscor is chipping away at the Skarmory. The Taunt is going to come out. No Whirlwind, no Roost. That last move is Roost. And, you know, I honestly think we're in for a long one. I'm going to turn it to fast. Latias is going to come in on the knockoff. Nice. Nice. Tried to come in on the Roost, but now the Latias will start taking chip. Jirachee's going to come in and try and Iron Head the Skarmory. Doesn't work out, and Fakes is gonna wish as Skarmory sets last spike. There's the Whirlwind, and it goes to Gliscor. That's tough for Malekith. Tried to stop the Gliscor getting this health back, and instead, yeah. Latias does have Recover, so it is not helpless by any stretch of the imagination, but there is the knockoff on the Clefable leftovers. Fakes has to sacrifice a lot of momentum there, not the Gliscor because it lived on 2%. But yeah, we're gonna see a lot of positioning. This is a long game. Shout out Ty Carter for telling me to calm this one, man. I see your game now. I see why you would do that. It all makes sense to me now. Oh-ho! Hippo is in. I kind of expected it to be Hippo, but I didn't want to be wrong, you know. But yeah, so the Hippo is in. Gonna put the Stealth Rock down. It is poison, but it has done its job. It's gonna slack off. And, oh, nearly die. I honestly think maybe the the Tentacruel wanted to get the second Toxic Spike down, because Toxic on the Hippowdon would be a lot more useful, I think, here. But great awareness from Fakes, trying to make sure that the Skarmory can't click the Roost button. If it did, it would have taken a massive Earthquake. Gliscor's in on the Roost. There's the taunt. And Gliscor's back to full health. There is a Pokemon on Fakes' side that if it gets brought in by a Whirlwind or a Roar or whatever, Tentacruel and Hippowdon both will take 1 billion damage from these 3 spikes and these Stealth Rock. Same with Jirachee, so Fakes has got to be careful pretty much every time Skarmory's in now. If it clicks Whirlwind, that's going to be tough. Interesting. There's the Whirlwind, and Jirachee is, like I said, going to take 1 billion damage. Here's a Protect to get some health back. Skarmory just wants to get back to full. Tyke Carter, I see your game, man. You have me commentate this. Take 1 billion years. Shout out later gens. I think it was like Gen 6 or something, where they made it so that Whirlwind and Roar and whatnot go through Protect. Shout out later gens. Those gens got it right. Clef is going to switch to Gliscor on a Drill Peck, wished back up, and this Skarmory is acting like Drill Peck has an increased crit chance, because my god. All of the healing that Jirachee got back is gone. There's a flinch. That's a big knockoff. Now the Jirachee's not just going to get that passive healing. Gets the Iron Head though, so the Wish will land. Potentially, well, okay. I was going to say if, you get a couple more Iron Head flinches. Yeah. This Skarmory does not want to get flinched, but it keeps rolling Whirlwind into the Gliscor that is low health. So the Latias had Ice Beam the whole time. Malekith was bluffing that for so long, bluffing not having it. Finally clicks it, thinking Fakes will stay in, and he didn't. There's the Tentacruel. It takes so much damage. And out it goes. It doesn't have a way to stop Skarm from phasing it. Yeah, at this point we're just PP stalling. Yeah. I'm glad I turned the game up on fast, because I'm laying down in my chair. Or sitting down in my chair rather. Yeah. It's gonna be a long one. Para on Latias is honestly very useful. Fakes' Clef does look like a strong progress maker. Not against Hippowdon, but just in general. I really think that Fakes should have gone for the second Toxic Spike. I feel like that would have been like making sure the Hippo can't just stay in on Clef. Has to. I don't know. What are we at on Slack Offs? Okay, only 6 have been used out of fucking. Yeah. Alright, chat. Since this isn't going anywhere, I have an apple in my hand, and I'm going to take a bite out of this apple. And I hope the crunch comes through on your end, because that is probably the most exciting thing that you will hear if you're watching this video, because my god. I don't think it came through, but man, that was a satisfying bite. Okay. So Malekith's Jirachee has Fire Punch. So that's kind of cool as a progress making tool. Probably Fire Punch, Wish, and Iron Head, maybe. Since you don't want Body Slam with Fire. Oh, pardon me, Fire Punch. So that's the, pardon me. That's the ADV set with Iron Head over Toxic, but yeah. This Rotom is looking incredible. Oh my god, now I'm hiccuping. Ooh, I'm gonna pause. Alright, sorry, I'm back. Yeah, one critical hit, and this Rotom would go insane, especially if it, you know, gets to, yeah. Yeah, like a crit there, for example, would have been nuts. That was kind of crazy. He was just, Fakes was just, is just letting his, bro, he's just letting his Clefable die? Okay, Tentacruel is dead. This is wild. The Skarmory... Fakes has loaded a team that just has no way of dealing with Skarmory at all. Outside of PP stall. Like, we are waiting for the Skarmory to use 32 Spikes, 32 Drill Pecks, 32 Whirlwinds. And part of the way that we get it to not do any of those things is with Taunt, which doesn't use PP. I will say the ballsy stays in with Clefable did like work and pay off, but like kind of crazy. Alright, the Rotom is gonna get a Wisp burn on the Latias. Yeah. Yeah. There's a flinch. Down the Latias goes. This is just looking really, really dire for Fakes. I don't think that he makes it out of this one. There's an Ice Fang. A Freeze there would have done something. Surprised that the Skarmory... Oh. It's trying not to get caught roosting and then die to Earthquake. Earthquake? No! Fakes didn't do it. Damn. Got a few calls wrong there, unfortunately. And, yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Nice taunt, though. The Latias not able to recover is quite nice. Ironhead flinches would do it? No. The Skarmory is getting the better end of the 40% every time, it seems. So, here's Hippo. Seemingly the only Pokemon able to make... Yeah, I was waiting for this to happen. Ice Fang Freeze. Kind of the only way to make progress here. Malekith isn't going to let Fakes just do it. But... Alright. Yo, the Jirachee's gonna go insane. Not quite. There's the Fire Punch. This is looking really, really hard for Fakes. I'm still not seeing the line. Unless the Skarmory stays frozen. One more. Misses. Okay. Can the Skarmory unfreeze? God! Earthquake? No. Damn. Skarmory is back to full. Yeah, the Earthquake wouldn't have even killed. It's crazy. There's the Whirlwind. Yeah, there was a split second if that one Ice Fang hadn't missed. Where this maybe looked doable again for Fakes. I mean, it still honestly doesn't... It's not that bad. 5 roosts left. Problem is that the Gliscor doesn't have a move that actually damages the Skarmory enough. This knockoff on Leftovers was nice. Doesn't have a move that does enough damage to the Skarmory to make it have to roost. I don't know why we gave up the Jirachee. That seems not a good play. This Pokemon's only threat was that Jirachee. Now the Latias is gone. Fakes finally reveals last move Earthquake. I don't think that stalling out the Earthquakes does anything. Malekith forfeits. Yeah, I think... Okay, alright. So I know I said that Fakes looked terrible the whole game. But I think the issue is Malekith made a bad read with this Jirachee. This Jirachee was going to be able to force a lot of progress on everything, except this guy. So really, he wanted to chip down this guy or get some damage on this guy. Let me look at the turn he died. Yeah, so Iron Head. So the only way that Malekith decided that he was going to actually be able to do anything with the Skarmory, having the Roost, you know, almost out of Roost, almost out of Tropex, was taking down the Hippowdon. If the Hippowdon is gone, then yeah, nothing else matters anymore. I still think this was an early forfeit, because I think that he let the Rotom get low too. I don't know. Yeah, I guess Fake's combination of Pokemon left was just too strong. The Ice Beam Bluff ended up kind of haunting Malekith because he didn't land it later on one of the stay-in turns. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't premature. Maybe, yeah. I mean, the Clefable was really low and the Rotom was really low. The Gliscor never needed to switch out anymore. After the Latias got T-waved and the Jirachee was dead. So, yeah. And even if he did have to switch out, I mean, like, you know, these Pokemon were very healthy with very high PP healing moves. Or at least Hippowdon was, so. Okay, hopefully the rest of these games are not that long. That was a nearly 20-minute long video. Or game. Here we go, game 2. Alright. Great Nose, the Don fan, is in and gets a nice knockoff into Fakes' lead Jirachee. Oh, we got a Shaman. Takes 17% from that Earthquake. That's nothing. Seed Flare. Great move. Shaman is a great Pokemon. Great Pokemon. Love that Pokemon. Here's the Metagross. I think we're going to see Swampert comes in. Yep. I was going to say we're going to see some Stealth Rock. But we'll probably see some Stealth Rock in the other direction. Very good. It ain't Gen 4 if there isn't Stealth Rock on both sides of the field. Interesting. This is a Magnezone coming in on a Facade. Clicks Hidden Power Grass. Interesting. I don't know what that was about. But Malekith seems pretty content with just clicking Facade over and over again. Switches now to Great Nose. Here's a Wish. Gone up. And yes, Fakes gets what he was fishing for, a Para on Donphan. So now Para Flinch Hacks is online. If he so chooses. Decides to switch to Clefable. And yeah, just positioning, trying to see more moves. Another Facade. Is this like... What is this Breloom set? Is it Facade, Spore, Bulk Up? Yeah. Is there a Pursuit? Is the Tyranitar Pursuit to catch any ghosts? This is fucking crazy. This Breloom is looking insane. Like, Jirachee comes in, sure. And it doesn't take very much, but... What is on the Jirachee set? It's Facade, bulk up, protect. What is the last move? Spore? No spore, otherwise it would click it. Okay, Gyarados is in. And a nice double to Metagross. But this core of Faces is looking pretty bulky, pretty hard to break through. Stealth Rock is going to go back up. The idea is long term you break down Great Nose, so he's not going to be able to spin as much. Shaman is back in. I believe Shaman still gets Earth Power in this gen, but, you know, obviously you don't want to click it into a full health Metagross. Like, what's the point? You have a Swampert in the back. Look! He took no damage. Yay! Gyarados comes back in, takes the Stealth Rock damage. That's huge. Nice roar. Tyranitar's in. Does not want to take whatever this Swampert's putting out, but Fakes is willing to go to Jirachee and try and make sure that he's not about to get, you know, smacked by a Hidden Power Grass or some bullshit. Here's the Protect. Gets the Wish and now can start Iron Head Paraflinch hexing down the Donphan. Big crit and a flinch. I think we're going to see a couple more of those. Fakes has decided this is the way. Donphan has some sort of priority move. I'm not sure. Is it Protect? Yeah, okay, it had Protect. It already revealed Protect. Okay. There's the Rapid Spin. But the Swampert is going to force the Donphan out. And yeah, tried to see if Malekith wouldn't respect him just clicking a move. Instead, we're going to see an Ice Beam, and then the Stealth Rock come up on a predicted maybe Earthquake or Earth Power or something like that. Nice Thunder Wave onto the Shaman. Not going to matter too much though. Natural Cure. There's the rest. This is why I think Shaman is super cool. You rest and then you natural cure off the rest. So you're like a really strong status absorber. Admittedly, Breloom is also a really strong status absorber that has the move Spore. Although if you're like me and you're in 2026 now, you know that the dastardly devious Excal has decided that people aren't allowed to have nice things anymore, and Spore is banned, so Breloom is dead. So maybe Shaman is the best Pokemon of all time in this new meta. We shall see. Yeah. At the time of this game, September 26, 2025, Spore was still in the meta, and so big Earthquake onto the Metagross. Malekith just really wants to break down the Swampert, willing to sacrifice his entire Metagross to do so. And now the Tar is in. And gets a nice defense drop on the Jirachee. Gyarados is going to come in, getting kind of low. Pretty much all of the damage that Gyarados has taken is from Stealth Rock. So, big rest, though. Big rest Gyarados. This is a cool team for Malekith. I'm not sure if this is a known team, but it is a cool team. I feel like I have a bulk up Facade Breloom in my builder somewhere. But yeah, very cool team. Clefable's gonna come in on the on the Magnezone. And then they're gonna swap back, and actually Malekith gets the Magnezone trap on the Jirachee, willing to trade Paralysis on the Jirachee for Paralysis on the Magnezone, but that does mean that it's not going to be nearly as effective as at breaking down this Donphan as it was before, but nothing really switches in with the Shaman either, I have to say. Hidden Power Ice, I believe, which is incredible against the Breloom as well. So Shaman is, yeah, look at that. Gets the Spadef drop. It doesn't need to click Seed Flare again. It can just click Hidden Power Ice, and the Gyarados is dead the next time it comes in. And now, do we see Earth Power last? No. Maybe it doesn't get Earth Power in this gen. Maybe I'm trolling. Everything's getting chipped. It looked okay for Malekith for a little while, but I think the weird Breloom set plus just the bulkiness of Fakes' team made so much progress. Alright, Gyarados is in. Guaranteed to die. There's the Seed Flare. 4th one. Magnezone is going to come in. Claim a kill against Swampert. Not even. What the fuck hidden power is that? Fire? Fire. Alright. Down the Magnezone goes. Can't risk the Breloom at this point in time. The Swampert will be taken out as recompense. This looks like a Scarf Tyranitar, but versus a Scarf Magnezone, but Magnezone will get the Flash Cannon off. And we'll get a Flash Cannon into this Breloom, and then we'll probably see a follow-up from the... Oh, Leech Seed last. Okay, that makes sense with the Protect. And the Facade bulking up shenanigans. Alright, Latias last from Fakes, no surprise. It's gonna click Protect. Oh, Calm Mind, wow. Okay, it's gonna click, I don't know, it's gotta Protect like 50 times in a row to live, and Malakith just says, fuck it. Alright, Fakes takes it home. Okay, so, I know that everybody's gonna clown on me for this game. You know what, I'm not even gonna re-record it and be like, oh man, Fakes is the GOAT. They're GOAT, they're classy curve, you know, speaking German and stroking myself off. I'm gonna leave it as is. I thought that Fakes was fucked. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, like, he seemed to have turned it around somewhere in the middle of that game, but it looked like he was fucked, and it looked like Malekith was going to be able to, you know, get a lot of value every time the Skarm could come in. But hey, Fakes is the GOAT. What can I say? My fault, OG. I was unfamiliar with your game, and then the second game, yeah, Fakes just brought a really interesting team that really bulked out Malekith's team and put a lot of pressure on it, and that was that. Okay, I hope everybody enjoyed that game, and I will see you in part 2. Here we go. It is Fakes Sucks at Mons versus DeepBlueC. Like I said, it's 2 sets of Fakes. This is actually Excal. I know I just called Excal an evil overlord, but yeah, no, he's a great player. He's a good friend. Versus DeepBlueC. DeepBlueC is a DPP council member. Also very good at Mons, French player, I believe. And yeah, we are gonna hop in. Here we go. Excal versus DeepBlueC. Let's get it. Oh my god, I did not want to see another Skarmory, but hey, look, it clicked. Yep, alright. Clicked sub. There's some spikes. I'm surprised that it didn't switch. I'm surprised that didn't kill. Thought Magnezone was stronger than Magneton, and I don't know. Okay. Interesting turns all around. Alright, we got a Tyranitar at +1, clicking Taunt. Okay, yo, DD Taunt. There is a Scizor. He looks like Lum DD Tar. Okay, it doesn't have a way to kill Scizor. So, interesting Tyranitar. Would have been really strong if there wasn't a Bullet Punch Scizor in the back that just demolished it. And DeepBlueC didn't even see the need to keep it around. Here is the Magnezone. Actually gets a substitute off. No fear. There is no fear from Excal here about Hidden Power Fire. Oh my god. The Scizor is running away with the game. What is this? There's a Magnezone. There was... This is crazy. Look at him go. Okay. Didn't roost that time. Breloom is in. Breloom is clicking Swords Dance. Looks kind of scary. This setup team from DeepBlueC is interesting. Massive Seed Bomb. And it looks like Excal is fully willing to just let the Rotom go. Or not. Here is the Scizor, the king, the champion from earlier. Sacrificed off so that the Latias can come in and click Dragon Pulse. Goodbye, Breloom. Surprised that Metagross didn't come in there. That Breloom looked really good. I guess not super good against the Latias, but like, you know, good enough. Rotom comes in, clicks Rest in face of the Metagross. So traded off a bunch of health to the Breloom for just getting a rest in at the end. Here's Magneton. Came in and left. Alright, Clefable's in. Maybe the Magneton was just catch a trick. That would be my guess. The Magneton was to catch a trick from the Rotom, but once it clicked Thunderbolt, that was that. Yep, here's the Rotom again. Yep, this Rotom is definitely some like Specs, maybe? Because that 41% to Clefable's a lot, but I don't know. Specs or Scarf, one of those. And, yeah. Excal's just going to be able to choke DeepBlueC out from here, it looks like, unless there's another, like, super offensive, super potent setup sweeper in the back. Alright. Sleep Talk Rest. Here's another Thunderbolt. Even if you get the Para, you don't actually get full Para because it's Gen 4 Magic Guard. Not gonna work out. Alright. Catches the Rotom coming back in, but it doesn't really matter. Is DeepBlueC just trying to get rid of all of his Pokemon? Have a last Mon that can't be roared out by Skarmory? Looking like it. This last Pokemon is a Sceptile. The last Pokemon is a Sceptile. Discharge. No Para. Sceptile is slowly dying in the sand though. There's Magneton. It's actually faster. And Flash Cannon just claims it. That's that. Yeah, no, DeepBlueC went for the endgame Sceptile win con, but the Magneton was still alive, so. Good on Fakes for keeping, or sorry, on Excal, I deceived myself. Good on Excal for keeping the Magneton alive for that. I mean, if there was a move that, I don't know if there's a move that destroys Latias, but defensive Latias at that, then you'd also need a move for Skarmory. I'm assuming like Thunder Punch would have to be the play. And then you don't really kill Clefable. Well, you do kill Clefable, so yeah. But I think it was cooked either way, but you know, had to try. We're back with the second game of Excal versus DeepBlueC. And we've got a Registeel versus an Azelf. Taunt. That means it's probably the, yeah, Stealth Rock set, and it's with Sash, and the Tyranitar Sand broke the Sash and played the 50-50 correct, got the Crunch instead of the Pursuit just in case, and yeah. Breloom clicks Swords Dance in the face of this Gyarados and then gets a meaty Facade off. There's a big boy that needs to be addressed in the back. Excal is scouting for exactly that, super power. So now Excal knows that this is the Swords Dance Facade Superpower set. Does not necessarily look that like he has anything for it right now. Gyarados is going to be sacked off. The Registeel is not coming in on this. So Excal goes to his own Breloom, which is faster, and with the defense drop, obliterates the opposing Breloom. So, nice one there. I'm surprised that DeepBlueC didn't keep it alive, but oh, that might explain why. A Lucario doubles back to Flygon on a T-Wave, and there's a U-turn. That is going to let the Flygon heal, though. You're going to get the U-turn damage, and then it's going to heal back up to about 75%. Oh, actually, it's Wish. It's Wish Protect Latias. So, interesting. First of all, there's the substitute again. It does let the Latias get the... Yeah. Excal has purposefully trapped himself to put some rocks up. And it doesn't matter, because, you know, the Magnezone keeps full parrying, and the Thunderbolts do 21%. Yeah, Charge Beam. Charge Beam is kind of cool. That's gonna let Fakes or DeepBlueC maybe make it through Registeel. I'm still seeing Fake sucks at Mons, man. This username is trolling me. Yeah, Registeel traps itself and then successfully untraps itself. 4 turns of full para is a hell of a drug. Yeah. Had to make the double, but hard to make the double when you're this far behind. And, you know, Excal can always just stay in there, so it's tough. Thunderwave is going to pair the Scizor. Technically, the Scizor also looks kind of scary. I don't know. Yeah, there's a second Sword Stance. Superpower. Superpower here. Reversal. Terrifying. Okay, there is a Donald fan able to safely remove the Scizor. Protect. Ice Shard just takes down the Flygon anyways. And yeah, that is the game. Donald fan will take that one home. Exciting games, really well played from Excal. Interesting builds from him. He's known as the guy who has interesting builds and the one who bans beloved things in the tier, you know, like sleep. No, I'm just kidding. That shit is cancer, and it's probably good that it's gone, even though I think that this Pokemon, even though it never clicked a sleep move in any of these sets, would, you know, it's probably not going to be nearly as good. It's going to be good, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe my guy Shaman can finally have his day in the sun. Yeah, no, Excal just clicked really well. Had really good, you know, really solid game plan, really good builds. Just clicked really well. So, well done to Excal and to Fakes for progressing on in the tournament. I believe, let's just check really fast, but I believe both of these were loser bracket. Yeah, this was both losers bracket rounds. So Malekith and DeepBlueC will exit the tournament at top 8. Yeah, top 8 finishes. Still very respectable. These players played very well, as you will have seen from the previous videos. And yeah, congratulations to Fakes and Excal for making it to the next round. They played at the beginning of the tournament in the first round, and I believe Excal beat Fakes. So now they've both battled it out to top 6. And yeah, we'll see what the next games unfold. So thank you everybody for watching. This has been Gold Mason. I hope you'll excuse my commentary of the first game where I said that Fakes was losing for 170 turns and then suddenly Malekith forfeit. I don't know. Maybe you won't forgive me and you'll tell me about it in the comments. Thank you for watching though, and I will see you next time on another DPP Revival Invitational commentated set. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.